Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new then hi, my name is Caitlin and today I'm dying. I'm dying. I've got a really bad cold, but we're gonna have to hold off on dying today because we've got Pan Those Eyeshadows to do, baby. We've got Pan Those Eyeshadows and that comes first. That comes before dying. So I've got plans, you know? I've got plans. Got to keep busy. So if my nose is a bit red, I've been blowing it a little bit. So my makeup may not be great. Let's just do that. Look at the eyes. Look how great the eyes are, okay? Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna power through. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do Pan Those Eyeshadows. We've got 2 rollouts today, which is great, which is fun. That's gonna keep me motivated. Let's go. But you know the drill. Just before we jump into the video, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe, because what are you doing? You're not subscribed. That really makes me sad. And you know what? I'm ill. So you don't really want to do that? That's really rude. So definitely subscribe, because I do so many project pans, shop my stashes, all with bright, fun, colourful makeup like I'm wearing today. I did do a shorts tutorial on this. It should be coming live this weekend. Hopefully this is going live on Friday, because I've had a few days from hell. Lots of tech breakdowns, lots of missing footage, lots of corrupt files. So you know what? Pray for me. Pray for me, please. So because I like to keep you on your toes, I like to keep you guessing, I'm going to go from newest shade to oldest shade today. The newest shade that we have, we rolled in last month, and this comes from my little custom lethal palette. I call this palette the Smoke on the Water because it doesn't really have a name and it just fits the vibe, I think. So it was the shade Lucid. This is what it looked like last month. We'd kind of barely used it. You could still see the embossing on it. It's like a really nice shimmery mid-tone teal, and this is what it looks like this month. I don't think there's that much difference really. I'm not sure. It's very, very firmly pressed, let me tell you that. So we have actually used this 4 times, which you wouldn't have guessed really, I don't think. I don't know if we're going to be able to hit pan on this, you know? It's dense. She's thick. I do obviously love these teal tones. Like, I'm wearing blues today. Blues and teals, up my street, I love them. But yeah, this shade is just a bit, I've not been in the mood for it. You know, I've used it 4 times, it's not that bad, it's pretty good. But this palette in general, I'm not a fan of. I just don't really like the lethal quality on this especially. Like, I don't know, you'd think because I'd made it myself, it would be my baby. And I really hoped that it would be. But I don't know. We used it 4 times. We're going to keep it in the project because, you know, I like the shade. It's fine. Like, it's fine. It works. We're gonna keep going. I only really roll things out without hitting pan or the 15 use goal if it's like dire or if it clashes, which, like, spoiler alert, we do have. We're going to keep going. It's fine. I'm going to swatch it because I always forget. So this is the swatch. It is pretty beautiful. Like, when I swatched it then, it's like, ooh, I actually do like this. So maybe, who knows, maybe next month we'll be able to get some good use out of it. It is a pretty shade. Yeah, maybe I was a little bit harsh. Okay, the disappointment. I always roll in a single eyeshadow in this project, and I don't know, I've just not been vibing with this. This is Berry Bad from the Berry Bad palette? Is that the right one? I'm not sure. It's the second shade from that palette, and I did depot this palette because I got it in like a subscription box, so I just thought, you know what, I'm going to depot it and use them as singles. This is what it looked like last month. We had only used it 1 time in the project as of last month, which was great. Really good progress there. Well done, Caitlin. And this is what we look like today. Not much of a difference, as you can see. This is definitely my least used Pan Those Eyeshadows shade probably ever in the past 2 months. So we've doubled our usage from last month, which normally would be like amazing, but that only means we used it twice this month, which means we used it 3 times in total. I think, I don't know, like darker shimmers aren't really my thing. I do gravitate towards more like really light shimmers like I'm wearing today. This is what it looks like swatched. It's a pretty shade. It does go with my Pan That palette, so I'm hoping to get more kind of use out of that. I don't know, it does complement my Pan That palette, so I don't really know why I'm not reaching for it. I've just been in more of like a light mood, I think. And like colourful as well. I want to do more colour, like really, really warm tones aren't really a thing that I gravitate towards, so it's just been a bit of an extra effort to reach for it, I think. But it's here, we're going slowly. It's got a tiny bit of disturbance on it, so we're not like failing miserably. I mean, we are, but shush. Like, it's fine. We're gonna continue working on it. We will hit pan eventually. Hopefully I get like a spur of inspiration over the next few weeks and we manage to hit pan on it. That would be amazing. But yeah, I don't know. Only 2 uses on that, unfortunately. Okay then, next we are going to talk about Nuke. This is from my Carnival XL Pro palette. You guys know I love this palette. This is what the shade was looking like last month. We had a pretty big dip in it, to be fair. And if you remember last update, I did say that I would be trying to hit pan in this shade this month. And as you can see here, we have done that. And I'm so excited to share with you this shiny new pan. I always love getting new pans in this palette. This is where Nuke is down here. I want to have pan in every single shade in this palette because you guys know this is one of my favourite palettes, if not my favourite palette ever. So yeah, a new pan in Nuke. I'm so excited. This side of the palette is definitely looking a lot more loved now. Yeah, this took me a grand total of 8 uses to hit pan on. We used it 5 times this month. So yeah, a nice shiny pan. I did think it might take a bit longer because it wasn't really used when we rolled it into the project, but I do use quite a precise brush when I use this. So I don't know, I guess we struck lucky in this shade. I use this with teals, I use this with greens, I use this with blues, and you guys know they are the shades that I love reaching for. So yeah, it was not an issue at all. I'm actually kind of gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it. So yeah, that is one more pan to add to my collection. I'm so excited. So that means we get to roll one more shade in, and actually 2 more shades in, because this is a little bit of a disappointment because I am rolling this out before pan and before my 15 use goal actually, but not that much before. So this is the shade Buzzkill from the Aha Honey palette. This is what it looked like last month. It is a classic Colourpop matte, very hard to hit pan on, very firmly pressed, and I do use a fluffy brush with it, so that doesn't really help situations. And this is what it looks like now. You probably can't even see a difference in it, like it is barely looking used at all, which is so annoying. So this is what it looks like in the palette, and I will be rolling this out because I didn't realise until kind of recently that this does clash quite badly with my Pan That palette, which is my Modern Renaissance palette. There are quite a few of these kind of yellow mustardy kind of tones in that palette, and it is clashing quite badly. I find myself either using this shade Buzzkill or a shade in my Pan That palette, and I don't really want to split the love on my Pan That palette because I really do want to get as much use out of that palette as possible this year. I'm realizing this is really like making me dark, but you know what, it's fine. We used this 4 times this month for a total of 11 uses in the project, so we've used it a fair bit. We have used it 11 times. My kind of normal usage goal is 15 uses, so we're only 4 uses off. So I thought, you know what, instead of having it in for another month, splitting the love again with my Pan That palette, I'm just gonna roll it out. I'm happy with 11 uses. It wouldn't have got those uses otherwise, so I'm happy. It's fine. We're gonna roll it out. So this is the old color story. It's very like primary colors. I did use Nuke and Buzzkill together a fair bit just to make, like, you know how I feel about those like blue, green, yellow color stories. I love them. So I'm gonna get my Pretty Random app. Let me reach, let me grab it. And we're gonna roll in 2 more shades. And I always love this part. This is my favorite part. Okay, so we've got 0 to 472. If we get a shade that either has pan on it, clashes with a shade that I'm working on, or I don't know, what else? I need to find a third. Or I don't know. I don't know. If we get a shade that's like not really gonna work, I will re-roll. But yeah, let's see. First we have the shade 50, and then we have the shade 325. So I'm gonna go down my little spreadsheet, see what shades those are, and then I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm a bit scared, but I think we can do it. The shade 50 was from my BeautyBay Book of Magic palette. This palette loves project pans, let me tell you. And we are going to work on the shade Sorcery right here, which you guys know probably isn't my preferred kind of shade to work on. It is quite a light purple, but we're going to give it a go. I feel like these BeautyBay shades aren't that hard to hit pan on, so I'm going to give it a go, at least for a month. Yeah, it's spring as well. Spring colours like purples and, you know, magenta-y pinky shades. It's all the rage right now. So I'm going to go with this shade Sorcery. Yeah, it should be really exciting to work on. I should probably swatch my new colour story as we go. Okay, that's the shade Sorcery so far. It's like a Barney purple matte, so that should be interesting to see. Especially because in my No Pan Left Behind project, we have just kind of rolled out a bunch of purples. So yeah, purples aren't done with me apparently. This is what we look like. And the next shade was Royalty from my W7 Mardi Gras palette. Now, if you saw my eyeshadow palette inventory that I did, you'll know that I'm not a big fan of this palette, but who knows, maybe the panning gods want me to play around with it. And the shade Royalty is this pink shimmer here, which should be interesting. Oh, it's really bad quality. Okay. Let's layer this up a few times. Okay, that is what it looks like. It can go with Sorcery, I think, as like a 2 like eyeshadow look. Who knows? Who knows? Or maybe like it can contrast the blue that we have. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's definitely more exciting than this. I'm more inspired by this than this. So that's good. Yeah, I'm not sure. I am gonna go for it because you guys know I love a challenge. I love a challenge. I'm gonna go for it. Hopefully we make some good progress. That would be amazing. I'm not sure. Pans for next month. I think I'm gonna try and work on Berry Bad. I really am. Like, it's not that deep in the pan. I think hitting pan would be quite easy. So yeah, I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna kind of work on it alongside my Pan That palette. Hopefully get some more use on my Pan That palette as well. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm a little bit nervous about these purples. I'm not always a purple person. I'm definitely not a pink person, so we'll see, we'll see. So yeah, that is everything for this update, guys. If you did enjoy this video, definitely like and subscribe because I'm ill and it would be a nice thing to do. Yeah? Yeah. Have an absolutely incredible day and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.